Alright, I am making this video to talk a little bit more about my experience since this last October when I got a phone call telling me that I had tested positive for lymphoma cancer, and what my life has been like since then. When you go through something, a major health issue like cancer, it changes your life. You know, some good, some bad. Anyway, yeah. The moment you get that phone call telling you that you've got cancer, your life is never really going to be the same after that. That's the same thing after you have a stroke, which I had 3 years ago last month. Your life is never the same after that either. So, but I've been through some pretty big health issues. Yeah, to say the least. A stroke and lymphoma cancer. Yeah, those are two pretty big issues when it comes to your health. And not only that, but after my first round of chemotherapy, I had a blood bacteria as well too. It's like, oh my gosh. So anyway, yeah, I've had a lot. Sometimes I've had a lot on my plate. So, but then God really was getting me ready to, God was getting me ready to deal with the cancer. Take my shoes off. When I had my stroke. When I had my stroke, I was able to learn a lot when I was going through my stroke and recovering from that too. I learned that you gotta fight as hard as you can and work as hard as you can to make it. You know, if you have a stroke and you are still in a wheelchair still in a wheelchair several years after you have a stroke, you know, I would say that if you have a stroke and you are still in a wheelchair, 95% of the people who are I'd say 95% of the people who have a stroke, if they work hard enough and if they work hard enough, they can eventually get a lot of their ability back that they had before they had the stroke. It's 95% of the people that have a stroke. There are 5% that have it either in the right place or the right time, or have it bad enough so that there's nothing they can do. They have in they have it in the wrong place at the wrong time and the wrong, I mean, there's just nothing they can do. They're stuck in that situation. They can work as hard as they want. And physical therapy, it's not going to help at all to get out of their situation. You know, and I feel so bad for those people. Oh my God. Diet Pepsi, not regular diet. There's so many people I feel so sorry for right now that there is nothing they can do to for their situation to be better. But anyway, it just breaks my heart when I see videos on YouTube about kids who have died from cancer. You know, who never had a chance to grow up, to do a lot of things I've done in my life. You know, they never had a chance to graduate from college. You never had a chance to get married. Well, I haven't gotten married yet, but hopefully someday it'll happen. But there's so much that they never experienced yet, and they never will. Why God allows them to die, and for me to have survived a stroke, lymphoma cancer, and a blood bacteria. Why I survived all three of them and they die from cancer, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. I wish I could answer that question. Why God allowed those things to happen? You know, I don't know, maybe it has something to do with me being a middle-aged adult and them being kids, you know. Maybe there's something about being older that helps me to be able to survive something like this, and for them not to be able to. Maybe it's just so aggressive when you're younger that they can't fight it over. They can't fight it. You know, I mean, they keep fighting it, but they don't. It doesn't do any good. You know, and my cancer was extremely aggressive too. You know, this is my right side. My cancer had completely surrounded my right kidney. My cancer, my lymphoma cancer, had surrounded my right kidney and was, it cut off it shut off the urine going from my right kidney to my bladder. I mean, it was like, and my right kidney was getting larger and larger and larger. And so, at Essential, where I was at that time, they had to do something. They had to put a tube in my back. They had to put a tube from my right kidney down to my bladder, and then I don't know if it was the same tube or not, but they had to put a tube that went from my kidney out my back and into a bag, which would empty my right kidney. And so I had to walk around with that for weeks, for several weeks. You know, kind of wear a jacket that I could kind of hide it underneath my jacket, and put it to where my pants would hold it up. But yeah. So anyway, they yeah. I'd empty the bag out every time I'd go to the bathroom, every time I'd take a leak. Empty out the bag and take a leak. Oh, okay. I had to do both every time for a couple weeks, several weeks actually. I don't remember how many weeks it was, but that wasn't exactly fun. That was hard to go through that, to deal with that. That was tough. My blood bacteria. Let me tell you, if you ever think that you might have a blood bacteria, go to the ER ASAP, okay, as soon as possible, because you do not want a blood bacteria. You want to get it taken care of as soon as possible, because if you don't, you will die. You will probably die from it. 99% chance, if it's not caught soon enough, well, 99.99999% chance that if they don't catch it soon enough, pretty soon it will kill you. I'm not kidding. Okay? I'm not kidding. A blood bacteria can kill you within hours of getting it. If it spreads too far too fast, that's it. The doctors can't do anything for you. That's it. Your history. That'll be it. That'll be all she wrote. Game over for you in your life. So, a blood bacteria is extremely serious. You know, when they take you off of all chemotherapy because you have something else that's a bigger health concern, you know it's serious. Okay. With cancer, you know, you might, you know, with cancer you can usually, most of the time you have months or years, or maybe a few years, to make it with cancer. But with the blood bacteria, you have hours or days. But I mean, you got hours or days left of your life if you don't get that taken care of. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. That is the honest truth. Hours or days. You will probably be able to live with some of that. But, it just breaks my heart to see so many kids dying of cancer. so sad. It is so sad that their life is cut so short. Some of them 11 or 12, some of them even a lot younger than that too. They get cancer, they get bad, well, there's no such thing as a good cancer, but anyway. They get a cancer that's extremely aggressive, and there's nothing they can do. They just, doctor's like, sorry, we're trying to do something to stop the cancer, but anyway. I mean, through this, you learn an awful lot. You learn a lot about life. You learn a lot about yourself. You know, what would I do? What would I do if I had brain cancer? If I had a brain cancer that was going to cause me to be sick a lot, or me to be in a lot of pain, what would I do? I don't know. I will cross that bridge when I get there. That I hope we will never get to. I hope I don't have any more remissions of my cancer. I hope it's done and over with. I hope this is the first and only time I have to deal with this. My dad had prostate cancer 20 years ago. It was 20, let's see, 26 years ago. Yeah, my dad had prostate cancer about 26 years ago, and he had it completely taken out, his prostate that is, and so then he didn't have chemo, he didn't have radiation, he had nothing. It was gone. Laid down on the operating table, and boom, went to sleep, woke up, it's gone. So, but yeah, so, anyway, that is pretty easy when it comes to dealing with cancer. Just have surgery, get it taken out, and that's it. You're done. It's like, okay, yeah, where can I sign up for that? Wasn't exactly, I did not have that opportunity to be able to do that. Yeah. But, hey, I'm still here. I mean, by the grace of God, I'm still alive today. And by the grace of God, hopefully, this will be it. You know, I'll be able to, I'll fight my cancer off and win, and hopefully I'll never have to do this, you know, to do this again. But we don't know. I don't know what tomorrow will bring. Well, to what tomorrow will bring. That's one of the things I've learned. You need to enjoy every day of your life because you never know. You never know what could be your last. And you need to love your family and friends like it could be their last day or your last day too. You know? So anyway, see this wearing a national championship t-shirt for NSU, and let's see, 2018. This was a championship game I was at when they won this. And this is I was at the game. National champion 2018. You know, I played in this year, 2019. But anyway, you know, I had to go down and see the game. I had to go there one time. If they never make it back, or if they never make it back while I'm still alive, then at least I went one time and had a great time one time to enjoy seeing the game, being at the game, and seeing that. You know. And but anyway, you know, like I said before, you gotta enjoy your life while you can. You don't know what tomorrow will bring. You could die in a car accident, going to work or going to school or going wherever, you know. I mean, so anyway, yep. And enjoy your life while you can. You don't, because tomorrow's never promised. The most important thing is the most important thing of all, of anything, is to put your faith and trust in God and in Jesus Christ for your future, for your every day. To put your faith and trust in them, in God, so that no matter what happens in your life, no matter what happens, God's got it under control. God was with me through my stroke. God has been with me through my lymphoma cancer. God was with me through my blood bacteria. God has been with me through all of it. Everything. And so, you know, if I have a relapse and my cancer is back and I don't make it, well, then I'm going to be in heaven forever with God after that. Not a bad place to be after my time here on earth is over. Pretty good place, actually. But no matter what happens, I survive, I win. I don't, I win. either way. You know, yeah. So anyway, but you don't have to have cancer. You don't have to have a major health issue for that to be the case. If anything, if you go through any adversity in your life, you need to give it to God. Because He can deal with it, and He can sometimes not fix it, but He will be with you through whatever you go through in life. There are so many times in my life in which it would have been so much easier just to say, forget it. You know, there's a lot of videos I like watching, and there's a guy in Australia called Mr. Caring Guy. Hang on, let me get my share. Mr. Caring Guy, he is in Australia, and he has videos of people who have taken their own lives, people who have committed suicide. And so I watch those videos and I go, why? Why did you do that? About the people who have taken their own lives. Why did you do that? If I could ask them, that's the only thing I would ask them. You know, because if they had had God in their lives, well, some of them do, but you know, well, why did they do that? Oh my gosh. Why? Oh, I don't understand that. You know, why take your own life? Doesn't make any sense. But yeah. I feel sorry for people that do that, though. I feel sorry that they felt there's nothing they could do aside from that to be able to end what they were going through. Because a lot of times God doesn't rescue out, pull you out of the situation. God is with you through the situation. God is with you through the situation. You know, God's been with me through my cancer, God was with me through my stroke, God was with me through my blood bacteria. I mean, God didn't rescue me out of those situations. God was with me through those situations. And God taught me some lessons I wouldn't have learned otherwise. So anyway, Put your faith and trust in Him to get through anything you're going through.